the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And the Boston Celtics, stockpiling assets and players in recent years, a great coach in Brad Stevens. Does this team have what it takes to control the East, Shaq?
You know, depth can only get you so far, Ernie. In my opinion, I still think they need multiple superstars to really compete for a title. But they play hard every night, but they're still 1, 2, 3, 4 superstars away.
Wow, 4? That's
Four.
a 4 team.
Nobody has 4 superstars.
Well, if they get a big 4, they will definitely win.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet.
I bet if any team had a big 4, they did. Yeah. I'd say this, Ernie, that combined with the new guys that they've got, I think that overall they are right where they need to be. They might be 1 player away. I don't know about 3, 4, 5, but just 1 player away from being a champion.
They need a big 3 or 4.
Thanks for joining us. We will now go courtside. Kevin Harlan has the call.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Everyone in their seats here in Boston to watch the Celtics on the home court. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. This game is part of the travel schedule for New Orleans. And, of course, Julius Randle. And we've been keeping an eye on him. This is the time he's going through now with that new adjustment phase with his new team.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it going to be just hype or will it be reality? We will find out here soon enough, along with the fans in this arena and the people watching at home.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for New Orleans right now, Mirotic out there with Randall. Then it's Holiday. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Payton in at the point guard.
And Al Horford just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior.
And there's Randall on the assist from Mirotic. Randall's got the first basket of the game for the Pelicans. On defense, New Orleans, a tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And that's what can happen on the road. You have to be aggressive and try to disrupt them out of their normal routine.
And Horford won't wow you with his athleticism. But Greg, he's still a pretty good shot blocker.
He has great timing, anticipation, and awareness. Don't forget also he's got terrific hands, and you see that with all the steals he racks up. Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Now here is Monroe, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's Horford. The kick out to Irving. A three-pointer off the mark.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling. Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
On the wing, Irving. Covered by Payton. A nice shot by Irving.
Love how strong Irving finishes. Awesome at fighting through the defense and sinking these shots.
Davis with a screen on Brown. Hayward against Mirotic. Pass to Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis.
The D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down.
What an athletic play from Brown, showing off his mad hops on these jams.
Holiday against Brown. Randall with the ball. 11 points for him in that last game against the Knicks in New York.
Oh, and the rebounding spectacular as well. He was in attack mode all night.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
Well, the NBA has some great advanced scouts who know how to help a team prepare for an opponent. When you play, Chris, what kind of information would you be given with a team that was coming up on the schedule or the game that night that was important for you?
Well, wow, my rookie year, I remember the first time I got a scouting, the playoff scouting report, and I had to understand how many times the player I was playing against would shoot over his right shoulder as opposed to his left shoulder, and the percentage of the times he liked it on the left box as opposed to the right box. And really just knowing the guys and understanding their habits, and so you really need that. It gives you confidence because, as I said, you can't check one player. It's just so hard to do. So what do you have to do? You have to check their tendencies, so maybe you can beat him to the spot that he likes before he can, because if he gets there, he's just going to destroy you. Scouting reports are everything to understand your opponent and your opposing team. Did you keep, Chris, a mental notebook, or would you have a notebook that you would write in to keep track of these players, the guys you would face? I had a mental notebook. The teams would give us physical notebooks, but I would just kind of read them and make my mental notes. You get to see guys so often that if you don't kind of understand who a player is that night before you play him, it might be too late.
And there had been a will he or won't he feeling with Gordon Hayward's free agency. Tough choice, I gotta believe, for him to leave Utah, but you can see why he wanted to join forces here with the Celtics.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Hayward. And Boston was the heavy favorite to sign Gordon Hayward, and ultimately the opportunity was just too hard to pass up.
And he's reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens. This team has a great path to make a deep playoff run, and this just adds another star to a very balanced roster.
Hayward hits them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to talk to Alvin Gentry a few minutes ago. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
David, thanks. Sounds like he's prepped his guys on how to handle this opposing defense.
And no surprise there, because they're facing a team that can win games with its defense. They are an aggressive bunch from the start.
Well, look, you can play with pace, you can play with speed, and still be patient. And that's what this team is going to have to do against this aggressive D. They can't force things. They've got to play smart and in control.
And the Pelicans with possession here. They trail by 1. Davis sets a screen. Payton dishes to Randall. Passes it to Davis. On target from 13 feet.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now, here is Irving. 17 points for him last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and his offense fueled him on D2. He was more than a handful on that end, piling up the steals.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Brown against Holiday. Shoots over Brown. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got his first 2 points. The Celtics have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Here's Irving. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Here's Hayward. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Randall no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Hayward with the ball. Now Payton defending. And here's Brown outside. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Brown's got 5 now.
Well, how about the quickness of that release? Brown just draining that catch-and-shoot jumper with ease.
Davis setting the pick for Mirotic. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
Out to Monroe. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
The Celtics have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Irving kicks to Hayward. Shoots over Mirotic. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for New Orleans. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hayward passes to Smart. And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Boston making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Monroe. Marcus Morris comes in for Al Horford. And it's Tatum in for Gordon Hayward. New Orleans also making some changes. Diallo, he's checked in for Julius Randle. DeAndre Liggins checks in for Mirotic. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Each team is stepping up, rising to the challenge. Yet another lead change.
The Pelicans have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Moore with it, guarded now by Morris. Moore dishes to Clark. Davis sets a screen. Offensive rebound. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Davis has got it all tied up now for New Orleans.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Now here's Tatum. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And it's Moore penetrating. Davis sets a screen. Moore in the corner, fires for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Moore's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
Well, Chris, you can't shortchange this roster, but their coach, Brad Stevens, one of the best in the game.
Well, you remember his 6 years at Butler? He took them to the title game twice. I mean, what he's done with this team is no less impressive.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Davis. Here's Clark. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Chris, you have to like Ian Clark as a source of instant offense. He's found his spot in this league as a deadly scoring option coming off the bench. A very efficient scorer.
He's very efficient from the floor and from deep. He's a little undersized at his position, but you cannot leave him alone on the perimeter, even for a second.
And that one misses. Chris, there are so many players that can make you just scratch your head and contemplate how did they make that play. With that in mind, which players just amaze you the most with what they can do on the floor?
It's so many. I mean, look up there and let's look at the Splash family with Kevin Durant. The fact that he can score with ease off the dribble or on the catch. And look at Thompson, his partner, can get you 60 points off of 11 dribbles. So just catching, shooting. And Curry, he's Mr. Video Game. He is the human video game. He shoots, makes, and takes shots that you would think no one else has the right to take. So those guys are ready. But then you have younger guys like Antetokounmpo up there in Milwaukee. His length, his athletic ability, his love for the game, his passion. Watching him get involved in those games, he's so exciting to watch. He comes to mind as well.
Baines with the block. Count it. Ajinça's got his first basket.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Celtics trail by 8. They set the pick. Morris outside. Lets it go from deep. Pelicans with the rebound. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
And that makes it interesting. They don't know each other all that well, so we should see a lot of in-game adjustments.
Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Smart on the pass to Tatum. Picked him clean. Here's Liggins. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Moore right side. There's the dish to Ajinça. Shot clock at 5. Clark, the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now a 10-point Pelican lead.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Now, here is Morris. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
Nice work to get good position inside. You just can't quite get as good a look as he was.
Here's Moore. 1:36 left here in the opening quarter. No good from Clark.
Some very slack defending. Playing with fire to leave him that open beyond the arc.
Here's Rozier. A beautiful reverse layup.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
We've got 1:18 left in the first quarter of the game. And Moore kicks to Liggins. Back to Moore. Off the pick. Tries again and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
For New Orleans, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. That free throw good from Diallo. So it's Boston now. 11-point game coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
They would look like they had it figured out, then take a couple bad shots and be right back to where they started.
And the rejection by Ajinça. Here's Clark, guarded by Smart. Stolen by Smart. They're running. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Watching Jason Tatum, it's hard to find many faults in his game, Greg. He's strong inside and out and plays both ends of the floor equally well.
Yeah, kind of a jack of all trades, right, and master of none. He does everything reasonably well on the basketball floor. Just doesn't do anything great. Having said that, though, Tatum is one of those guys that I think improves the overall IQ of your team, and terrific size at his position.
And the free throw, no good.
And it's about the versatility that Tatum offers, particularly offensively. He can guard and play multiple positions on the floor.
And the basket by Liggins. And the Pelicans lead by 11.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Rozier, the pass to Tatum. Over Moore. And there's the bucket from Tatum. Tatum's got 6 points.
And his ability to knock down shots from the mid-range. I mean, he just seems to roll that ball so easily off his fingertips. It looks like it's going in every time.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. New Orleans on top, up by 9. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah. They're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another. And I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Oh, yeah, this is how they squeezed out extra possessions and captured the early lead.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. You've got DeAndre Liggins. Ejuan Moore is out there with Ian Clark. Then it's Alexis Ajinça, and it's Diallo in at the 4. Here's Rozier, following the score by New Orleans. Feeds it to Baines. Pass to Rozier. Back to Baines. Lays it up and banks it in.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now Moore. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. And no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And there's the feed to Morris. Pass to Rozier. Moore with the steal. Floats one. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Diallo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Smart dishes to Morris. Tatum kicks to Morris. Got a piece of it. He's got a clear path. Here's Clark. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Well, while he's out there making the play, everyone else is watching. Solid individual effort right there.
Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? You know, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you know, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. You know, just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help. And I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so, to me, the veteran presence is everything. You know, Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, you know, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. And those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. That free throw good from Brown.
And just think about this. Kyrie Irving in his single season at Duke, he only played 11 games. He was limited to 11 games. Still, he was the #1 overall pick. That's just game. And then he justified it winning Rookie of the Year. Incredible.
Celtics trail by 8. In the corner, it's Hayward. Back to Irving. Kicks to Horford. From the arc. No good from Irving. And Kyrie Irving with a historically great rookie campaign. But some have said he hasn't improved a whole lot on that big entrance into the NBA.
His defense is still a work in progress, and that's what he has to shore up if he's going to enter the conversation for maybe best point guard in the world. But to me, he's already in that conversation.
And Mirotic, a player who hasn't made quite the jump in development that Chris, I think, his team was hoping for.
Yeah, Mirotic fans might have their expectations dampened a bit, but he's still a good player. He has one of the best pump fakes in the game because his shot is so good, but no idea how defenders keep falling for his pump fake. I mean, he uses it all the time.
And that one misses.
Now, Mirotic, he has a skill set perfectly tailored for today's game. A big man who can shoot. It's exciting to watch him evolve.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Payton kicks to Mirotic. The offensive rebound. Here's Davis. Shoots over Monroe. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher.
but the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
And he's good on the second. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Irving passes to Horford. Back to Irving. Three-pointer, Hayward. Pelicans pull it in.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Holiday with it. Picked up by Brown. Holiday dishes to Davis. Takes the 13-footer. Davis can't get that one to fall.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Now here's Horford. 14 points from him the last game against Philadelphia.
And when he gets it in close, Al Horford is one of the best, one of the premier finishers in this league.
Here's Payton. 6-point lead. He dishes it to Mirotic. Davis sets a screen. They set the pick. And Mirotic kicks to Randall. 5 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. But he gets it back.
Mirotic using his size on the offensive glass. A tough player to box out, given how agile he is.
Now here's Brown. He's got 8. Hayward outside. Screen by Monroe. Hayward passes to Horford. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Al Horford, a cornerstone player. Chris, he's that straw that certainly stirs the drink.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's a winner. Anybody can remember his career from his days at the University of Florida where he won a championship.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that how you view and enjoy the game has changed as you've transitioned from being a player on the floor to the booth?
You know what? I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look at the game a different way, but I look at the game the same way. I think the onus is on the player to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that you had the year before. Even if you're not on the team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing that they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
Celtics have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
And Horford is one of the league's most talented centers. He's a sharpshooter who possesses a feathery touchdown low.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, after getting to the stripe in the first quarter, he's definitely been more assertive driving inside.
Picked by Randall. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. For New Orleans, they have missed more than they've made at the foul line tonight, 3 of 7.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Payton. He's got 5. Picked by Randall. Mirotic dishes to Davis. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Davis has got the lead up to 11 now for New Orleans. So the Celtics called timeout, their first.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch 4 and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
So it's the Celtics now. Irving kicks to Horford. Here's Hayward. Shoots. That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Al Horford. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Celtics.
And no doubt they relied upon that 3-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
So it's the Celtics now. They trail by 9 points. Irving passes to Horford. And it's Monroe at the elbow. Back to Horford. The Celtics working the ball around now. Hayward can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Shot from the inbound. Here's Davis. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Mirotic against Hayward. Screen by Monroe. Irving can't hit.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Holiday gets the bucket. And here's Irving. He's got 7. Screen by Monroe. Hayward kicks to Monroe. Back to Hayward. Puts up a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Hayward's got 7.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Mirotic, the screen. The wide-open look here for Holiday. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. And it's 9 points for Drew Holiday.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Irving dishes to Horford. Hayward on the wing, covered by Mirotic. Hayward passes to Monroe. And it's slammed in by Monroe.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. New Orleans leading by 11. Payton kicks to Davis. Back to Payton. Shoots the 3. The rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got 5 rebounds tonight. Boston's gone 2 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the first. Horford with a screen on Payton. Irving drives in. Hayward from outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hayward's got 6 in the quarter.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Mirotic sets the screen for Payton. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And the Pelicans lead by 10.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Here's Rozier. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Out to the right wing. Smart. No good with the triple. Pelicans leading by 10. Clark for 3. Morris with the rebound.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
Oh, and the Celtics bringing in Brad Stevens as head coach in 2013. That same summer, they made their blockbuster trade with the Nets. 2 home run moves for their franchise.
The Celtics have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Tatum. Both shots good from the stripe.
And good job they're doing at the line this quarter. They'll need to continue converting those free throws.
Moore dishes to Liggins. Pass to Diallo. Here's the screen. He kicks to Liggins. Shot clock at 6. Pulls it from the elbow. Tries again. Diallo, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there. Prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Now here's Smart. 11 points last game. Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
Pelicans leading by 6. And Moore kicks to Diallo. He used that pick to get in close. Diallo's got 9.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
Smart with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
That's just an excellent, concentrated effort by him to come down with that rebound. Terrific work.
And Liggins kicks to Ajinça. Good work defensively by Morris. Boston's gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Dishes to Smart. Here's Clark, guarded by Smart. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Smart. He's averaging 8 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
And the first one at the line is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Celtics with possession here. It's a 10-point game. Rozier the pass to Baines. Here's Rozier. Knocks it loose. Moore with the steal. Out to the wing. Here's Liggins. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4. There's 25 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Rozier. He feeds it to Baines. Just 5 to shoot. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Drains it from beyond the arc. Tatum's got 15.
Yeah, you got to admire his instincts offensively. Tatum does a great job of shooting it in rhythm off the pass.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball, and then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to Boston, the buildings of the financial district visible in all their glory. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
Celtics trail by 9. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Greg Monroe is out there with Horford, and it's Hayward in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Horford, no luck.
And they continue to control the glass.
Holiday dishes to Payton. Back to Holiday. Now the pass to Mirotic. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Hayward. It's stolen by Randall. Here's the floater.
A rare block shot by Gordon Hayward. He has the instincts to do more of this, but neither the suddenness nor the strength.
Monroe with a screen on Payton. Here's Irving. Lets the 3 fly. Drills it from outside. Irving's got the first points of the second half up on the board for Boston.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
The shot from 20 feet away. He can't hit that time. And New Orleans will come the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta, where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Now here is Holiday. 9 points in the game so far. Mirotic has a wide open look. Off target with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Irving kicks to Hayward. Back to Irving. Out to Monroe. Just 5 to shoot. They get it again. Over in the corner, Brown. A 3-pointer off the mark. New Orleans leading by 6. Here's Randall. Lays it up off the glass. Randall's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Oh, great presence inside the painted area. This is where Randall's most effective.
And Julius Randle, that 7th pick back in the 14 draft out of Kentucky, was a five-star recruit out of high school and was able to help get the Wildcats to the championship round. So this is a guy who is used to the spotlight. And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. Yes, I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. Now, here is Mirotic after Jaylen Brown's miss. Mirotic, the screen. Stolen by Monroe. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Irving passes to Horford, and count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line. And Julius Randle with an intriguing game, a great rebounder. He's a pretty good ball handler for his size, too.
Yeah, he likes to rip it and run, and very athletic when he gets ahead of steam, and boy, he can be tough to contain.
Free throw good, Horford. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Payton dishes to Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Payton against Irving. Payton drives in. With the tip, Davis on the follow. Davis has got 14 points.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday. Both good from the line that time. Celtics trail by 6. Irving kicks to Monroe. To the middle. Here's Hayward. Here's Horford, who's back up. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
With a 6'10", Mirotic is certainly a handful inside. Terrific at getting deep inside and forcing the issue.
And this will be his 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls. Second free throw, no good. Here's Randall. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Hayward outside. Hayward missing again.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
Payton with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 7 rebounds in the game. Brown the pass to Hayward. From 12 feet out. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Another miss, and you have to wonder if this just isn't his night.
And Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist from Payton. Payton's got 4 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 9. Now Irving. He's got 10. Now the dish to Monroe. Inside. Will it go? Horford, no luck. The Pelicans have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Payton outside and taken away by Brown. On the wing, Irving. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
You have to love it. There's no quit in this kid, Irving. When he gets hit, he sticks with his shot.
And Kyrie Irving very steady with the ball in his hands. Not a lot of turnovers for a player who handles the ball as much as he does.
Yeah, I mean, he makes great reads. Pick and roll, drives, kicks. He keeps his dribble low, but sometimes he has his dribble high. He's great at the pocket passes, great off pick and rolls, great at screens, and can space the floor.
Free throw, good, Irving.
If you ask me, Irving is quickly ascending into one of the league's best players. I mean, a fast, lethal point guard with a beautiful jump shot. What else can you ask for?
Now here's Moore. Pass to Clark. Launches it. Rebounded by the Celtics. Monroe's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Smart dishes to Morris. Moore against Irving. There's the screen. Morris kicks to Tatum. Clock at 6. Knocked loose. Here's Monroe. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And some changes here for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Monroe. And it's Rozier in for Kyrie Irving. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Now here's Moore. He's guarded closely. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Pelicans.
Well, just look at the cluster in the middle of the paint. That right there tells you all you need to know about how they have built the lead they have. They are playing with more intensity on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the difference in the game right now. You have to love how they've approached this matchup.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
And so Moore nails both of them.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half, doing a great job at the line.
Rozier the pass to Baines. Here's Rozier, covered by Aginsa. All on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
The Celtics have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. That's good from Rozier.
Oh, the fearlessness by Rozier. That's what helps him earn the trip to the stripe.
Clark Dishes to Ajinça. Out to the wing. Feeds to Clark. The tray. Morris with the rebound.
Now, he should heavily consider looking to his teammates as the game gets close. His shot just isn't falling.
Smart. Here's Baines. Up and in on the layup. Now it's just a 3-point Pelican lead.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Pass to Liggins. That one, no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Here's Rozier. He has 5. Now the feed to Baines. There's the pick. With the teardrop. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Jason Tatum.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Smart. And another basket for Boston.
Oh, the mid-range game, a lost art. Nice bucket by Smart.
New Orleans has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Rozier. He's got 5. Kicks it to Tatum. He dishes it to Baines. There's a good screen. Here's Smart. And that misses. That would have put him up. Pelican shooting from the field. 44%. Not bad.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The free throw drops for Liggins. No good on the second free throw. Celtics trail by 3 to the left side wing. Here's Tatum. Can't tie it up as that one misses. More in the corner. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
And the basket by Rozier.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Moore outside. Here's the screen. Clark kicks to Liggins. 5 on the clock. Over Tatum. Here's Diallo. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
Here's Rozier. He has 7. Passes it to Smart. For the tie. Cans it from downtown. Smart's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And it's Moore penetrating. Here's Liggins. 6 points for him. There's Diallo, Liggins, and Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Rozier, the pass to Smart. Offensive rebound. And Baines kicks to Rozier. There's the screen for the lead. Here's Smart. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, that won't go in the stat sheet. Close to getting the block, but really will have the same effect.
Now here's Moore. He has 5. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. We're out halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You look at Golden State, earning the 1st place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, New Orleans, they're down in the 9th position.
And I think for New Orleans, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
And it's surprising because good teams usually feast on those chances to move up in the standings. They haven't appeared truly hungry to want to be a top team in this league.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Diallo's got 13. Boston's gotten the 3-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the 3rd quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Rozier, the pass to Tatum. Fades. Out to Morris. Now here's Smart. He's tightly guarded. And the rejection by Ajinça. The 3-ball. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now a 3-point Pelican lead. Moore with the steal. The shot off that time. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Pelicans lead by 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
We have to go get it when it goes off the board. We got to have everybody back in there. And we can't watch. We got to pursue the ball now. We got to pursue the ball, all right?
Moments ago, Alvin Gentry asking his guys to be more active, especially on the glass.
Yeah, I think it's just going to take a greater commitment there, guys. I mean, they have the skills. Now, though, you need to show the will.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. So for New Orleans right now, Ian Clark out there with Holiday. Then there's DeAndre Liggins. Then it's Alexis Ajinça, and it's Davis in at the 5 spot. Here's Rozier from 13, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
That's just another one for Hayward. He's built up his body. Now he has the strength and endurance to score at will.
Clark dishes to Davis from the stripe. Morris with the rebound. Celtics trail by 3. Hayward goes in, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Putting defenders in tough spots is a trait of Hayward's game. I mean, he gets his man on the back foot and forces him to either foul or give up the easy one.
Free throw drops for Hayward.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Horford comes in for Marcus Morris. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Tatum. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. And then for New Orleans, Randall's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Mirotic comes in for DeAndre Liggins. And it's Payton in for Ian Clark. New Orleans in the lead. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Davis kicks to Holiday. Off the screen, and it's good on the layup.
Now, what I do love about Randall as a screener is he's always a threat to roll off, even if ultimately he doesn't.
In the corner, Horford with it. They set the screen. It counts, and the foul. It's on Elfrid Payton.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
The Pelicans have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Payton with a screen on Brown. Mirotic sets the screen for Holiday. And it's blocked by Brown. Horford in the post. Randall on him. Horford, good.
Oh, now Horford, I mean, a very capable ball handler for a big man. I like to see him take advantage and attack the rim.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Davis with a screen on Brown. A floater. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Brown kicks to Hayward. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters.
Hayward, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation.
And after getting off to such a good start offensively in that first half, haven't been quite as efficient here in the second.
Holiday with the 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Irving passes to Monroe. Irving kicks to Horford. Over Randall. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And that's what Horford can open things up for the whole team offensively. I mean, that's where he can. Off the catch and shoot. Bottoms up.
Payton dishes to Holiday. There's the pick. Back to Payton. Davis setting the pick for Payton. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Irving against Payton. Out to Hayward. Screen by Monroe. Knocked away. Brown the pass to Monroe. The Celtics working the ball around now. Horford double team. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Offensive rebound. Down low. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Davis.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Hayward goes in, and Hayward with the stuff.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Payton kicks to Randall. Outside, Davis. Rebound by Monroe. Monroe's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Payton against Irving. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
And Irving is terrific at draining difficult shots. He's a tough shot maker, showing superb concentration inside.
And Holiday kicks to Randall, and he gets it to go.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
I mean, that's the right call. Make the defense get physical with you and pick up some fouls in the process.
Horford dishes to Irving. Picked by Horford. Irving attacking. Pelicans pull it in. Davis has got rebound number 13 with that last one. Holiday with it. Picked up by Brown. They grab their own miss. Randall with the bucket.
You see what Randall can do when in full attack mode? There, converting off of the miss.
For Boston, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Irving against Payton. Over to the wing. Horford the pass to Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Outside Holiday. Handle a screen on Brown. Davis sets a screen. Holiday against Brown. Here's Davis, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Now this game is coming down to the wire, and rush plays like that show how much pressure the players out there really feel.
The Celtics with the lead. In the corner, Horford with it. Back to Irving. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Now, Irving isn't afraid of getting physical inside, showing big-time strength to pick up the foul.
The first free throw is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And so Irving nails both of them.
After being a little hesitant in the first, he looked much more intent on getting himself to the strike.
Picked by Randall. And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. 6 on the shot clock. From down in the low post, it goes.
Look at Mirotic's touch inside. Mirotic understands how to score deep in the paint.
On the wing, Irving. Covered by Payton. Mirotic against Hayward. From deep three-point range, and Davis pulls it down.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
You're way beyond the arc on that play. It's the kind of shot he can make, but not necessarily the one you want.
Now here's Brown, following the miss by Nikola Mirotic. Monroe dishes to Irving. Over in the corner, Brown. Boston again missing.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Pelicans lead by 1.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And Chris, Julius Randle with outstanding court vision for a power forward.
that ability to create offense for himself and his teammates is going to be a huge asset.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Kept alive, Horford. And Davis sends it back. Payton outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Horford.
The combo of strength and suddenness, hard not to foul Randall.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Randall.
Well, he was drafted 7th in 2014. Randall actually dropped because of injury concerns, but you see he has all the talent in the world.
Both free throws good from Randall. Celtics trail by 3. Now here is Irving. And it's Monroe, top of the key, expanding his range. They get it back. Here's Horford. Makes it off the glass. Horford's got 12 points here in the second half.
Well, you can't forget about Horford. I mean, carving out space inside for the putback.
Davis sets a screen. Mirotic passes to Holiday. Out to Payton. Shoots it. Some solid defense there from Irving. Boston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
Oh, and I think working himself to the line, an area where Smart really can excel. I mean, he's built for contact, that's for sure.
And at 6'4", 220, Marcus Smart with terrific strength for a combo guard, Greg.
I mean, he can just flat out bully most guards and even hold his own against the bigs. Beyond, though, that physical stature, it's his mentality that makes him special. He's a fire breather, just the type of player the Celtics look for.
He's off on the first.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with this fiery approach to the game.
Good on the second free throw. And the 6th pick in the 2014 draft out of Oklahoma State, one of the Cowboys, Marcus Smart, might not put up eye-popping numbers, Chris, but they love what he brings to the table.
Yeah, it's all about his heart. I mean, his offensive game has been a little slow to develop. He doesn't shoot great percentages. And when his team needs him most, it seems like he always has a big impact on the game, whether offensively, defensively, a big rebound. He's just a good luck charm for them. He's almost like the leprechaun.
Now Irving, after the missed three from Elfrid Payton. It's deflected. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Payton, and stolen by Horford. And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. No good that time. Great D that time from Davis. New Orleans has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the basket by Payton.
What a shot over the bigger defender. That could prove to be a massive bucket.
The bigger defender was no match for him right there. He picked him apart with ease on a crucial possession.
Smart laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Smart's got it all tied up now for Boston.
Oh, that's one of those buckets that stand out. Nice play by Smart.
Payton kicks to Mirotic. Jacks up a three. Rebounded by Smart. Boston shooting the ball at 42%. Hayward outside. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Hayward's got 21.
Oh, the assist by Smart, and I think his playmaking is coming along.
Payton kicks to Davis. Rejected by Monroe. Boston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
Irvin is a remarkable playmaker, man. Superb at breaking down the D with his passing.
Now here's Payton. There's the screen. And they double up Davis. Stolen by Monroe. A shot by Hayward, wide open. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now a 6-point Celtic lead.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the mark.
Payton with the ball. Now defended by Hayward. Picked by Randall. And Mirotic kicks to Davis. Stolen by Monroe. Irving against Payton. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dishes it to Horford. Back to Irving. Irving double team. Just 4 to shoot. It's taken away by Payton. It's in! And now they trail by just 4. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Now that's killer instinct at the line, helping them pull away a little.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 6. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Holiday goes in. Shoots over Brown. The shot by Holiday, no good. And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 8. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. And that one's good by Clark.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. And the second of 2 is good. That increases their lead to 6. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Davis dishes to Clark. It's good from beyond the arc.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Yeah, but He has a big height advantage, but that's somewhat mitigated out there on that perimeter when you got to come check him.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
And he is unable to get the second one. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.